So you might have seen this, a number with this special sign after it. It's a percentage. So what exactly is it? So for instance here we've got 50%, that's how this reads, but what does that actually mean? Well, percentage is just a number that is a certain number of hundredths of something. So that 50% meant that it's 50 hundredths of something. Remember when I'm saying a hundredth, this relates back to our fractions where it's splitting something up into 100 equal parts, and one of those parts would be a hundredth. So in other words, with that 50%, if I split something into 100 equal parts, took 50 of those parts, I would have 50%. So 50% is the same as 50 hundredths. 50 over 100. What's even the point in doing this? Why not put it down as hundredths? Well, it allows us to compare how much we've got of different objects. More than that, different objects that are different sizes. So for instance, I might have 2/5 of something and 4/7 of another thing, and it's kind of difficult to compare them. I have to do mathematical conversions to change them, whereas if I know that something is 20% and the other one is 30%, I can easily compare them and say, well, the 20% is smaller than 30% because simply 20 is smaller than 30. Also, when I've got different sized things, so maybe I'm looking at the test results in two classes, and one class is has got 30 pupils and the other one has got 5. When I'm given percentages, it'll allow me to compare the portions without taking the size of the classroom into account. So if I have 50% a pass rate in both the classes, I know that 2.5 of the students in one class passed and 15 in the other passed. So the results, or the proportion of students in each class, is the same, even though the size and the number of students who passed or failed is different. So I can see that I might interpret that as both of the teachers did well, even though in one only 2.5 passed and in the other one 15 passed, because they still got half of their class to pass. They still got 50% of their class to pass it. So that's that's roughly why we use percentages. Don't worry too much about that, but in case you're asking yourself, well, what's the point in knowing them? Those are the points, because it compares portions of objects that are different sizes very easily. So forgetting all that, how do we actually calculate a percentage? Well, for instance, I might want to know what 50% of 2,000 is. Perhaps I've got 2,000 people at a concert and I want to know what 50% of those is. Perhaps I've been told that 50% of them bought the best seat tickets, whilst 50% bought the second best seat tickets. How many of them bought the best? How many of them bought the second best? I need to calculate what 50% of those 2,000 is. So what you do is you divide the number by 100, not the percentage, but the number. So in this case, 2,000 divided by 100. And all we've got to do there is move the decimal place twice. Now remember, the decimal place will be invisible if there's nothing beyond the decimal place, if there's nothing to the right of it. So you'll need to put that decimal place in your mind, and then simply move it one place, 2 places, and there you've got your answer. 2,000 divided by 100 is 20. Okay, so what do we do with the 20? Well, the next thing I'm going to do is multiply the number by the percentage. So 20 times 50, if I do that calculation, I'll get the answer of 1,000, and that's my answer. I now know that 50% of 2,000 is 1,000. So that's what a percentage is. what it represents, and how we can calculate the percentage of a certain number.